Hey, what's going on, everybody? Quentin Whitehead, your possibility coach. Hey, listen, I'm excited. I'm fired up. As you can see, I just got back from Greensboro, North Carolina. I had the honor and privilege to spend some time with some awesome students at one of the most prestigious youth organizations in the world, the Future Business Leaders of America. Yes, FBLA organization invited me down to their state conference where I was able to do 2 workshops down there. So what I want to do right now, I want to bring you all into those workshops in a few seconds, okay? And so what I want you to do, what I would love for you to do, I would love to hear your feedback and get your comments and see exactly what you thought about my talks, okay? So do me a favor, leave your comments on the bottom of this video. I'll read them. I'll get back to you. I'll talk soon. It's Quentin Whitehead, your possibility coach. Enjoy.
Speaker this evening comes to us all the way from Miami, Florida. He has been motivating and helping leaders such as yourselves professionally for nearly a decade. Quentin Whitehead has impacted over 2,500 students nationwide. He is the author of 2 books and founded 2 companies that empower and inspire students all across the United States. He's highly energetic, highly motivating, and, well, highly good looking. Please give him a round of applause for Mr. It's Possible, Quentin Whitehead.
Thank you, Morgan. FBLA. Hey. Repeat after me with energy, conviction. Say, I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel great.
I feel great.
I feel excited.
I feel excited.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
I came to this conference.
I came to this conference
to get some information.
To get some information.
And some motivation.
And some motivation.
So when I get back home, I can pursue my destination. And then look to your neighbor on your left and right, give my high five and say it's possible to get there. Now, we're going to do something very quickly. Okay, this is the FBLA. There's a lot of energy flowing. When I pulled up today, I felt the energy of FBLA, okay? So we want to keep that energy going and keep it flowing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something that I do when I travel all across the country empowering teens just like yourselves, okay? We're going to do something that's going to involve each and every one of you in unison to stand up, not yet, to stand up and sit down at certain parts of the exercise, okay? It's called the way, right? All right, now, let's go. FBLA. Now, when I go up like this, you guys got to go up. When you go up, you got to say it's possible. You got me? You got to say what?
It's possible.
You got to say what?
It's possible.
Let's go. You guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's possible!
Okay, I said in unison, like that means all at the same time, okay? I had the front going up, the bottom was, the back was sitting, the middle was up. We all need to get up at the same time on 3, okay? All right, you guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's possible!
Okay, I like it, I like it, I like it. All right, I like it. Now, here we go. Let's see if you guys can get this. Let's do something else here, okay? All right, let's see if you guys can get this. Let's do something else. Now, when I go like this, I want you guys to say, woo! Woo! When I go like this, I want you guys to say, ah! You guys ready? Yeah. Let me come on this side. Here we go. You guys ready? Yeah. Here we go. Ah! I heard some woo, some ah. You guys ready? Yeah. Here we go. I really like. What is the problem? this? This is, woo, this is, ah, okay? I'm hearing a mixture of both at the same time. You guys ready? Yeah. Here we go. I'm done. All right. FBLA, I do that just to have a little fun, guys. As you can see, I'm full of energy. I'm actually a little sick right now, so I'm fighting through so I can give you guys the best presentation possible. Okay, everybody say it's possible. It's possible. Right. That's my message, guys. It's possible. That's what I stand by. That's what I live for. That's what I'm known for. It's the fact that it's possible. But today, I'm speaking to FBLA students, right? So you guys are some of the top students in the world. And so I said, what can I bring to you guys? I spoke to FBLA, the National FBLA Fall Leadership Conference in Philadelphia in 2011. And my message was, it's possible, right? But I said, well, what can I bring to FBLA students, right? The top of the students, you guys are some of the top students in the world. So I said, well, what can I bring that's different, that can help get you guys over the edge? And I said, well, how about extreme possibilities for student leaders? Everybody say extreme. Extreme. Listen, guys. In order for us to truly go to another level in our lives and in our leadership skills, guess what? We have to be extreme. Now, when I say extreme, I'm not talking about some pie in the sky idea. When I say extreme, I'm not talking about some unreachable goal. When I say extreme, I'm not talking about something that's unobtainable, right? I'm just simply talking about excellence. That's all I'm talking about, being excellent as a leader and as an individual, right? Listen, whenever you define extreme, it simply means the furthest point from the center or any given point or the outermost. Let me say it again. The word extreme means furthest from the center. Everybody say furthest from the center. Furthest from the center. Furthest from the center or any given point or the outermost, right? Now, where my math students at? Where my math students at? Let me see your hands. Whenever you're doing statistics, right, and you're trying to find the center number, what is that called? The median. Good job, right? But in the event when you can't find the median, then you have to find the mean, right? Which simply means that you take the two middle numbers, you add them together, you get the sum, divided by 2, and that gives you the mean. But what does the mean mean? What does mean mean? Average, right? Yeah. Good job. So the definition is saying that as FBLA students going to another level, we have to be the furthest from the center or average in order to go to the next level, right? Listen, if you want to be excellent, guys, you got to get away from average people. If you want to be great, you have to divorce yourself from good. If you want to go to another level, you have to simply get off of the level that everybody else is on. I'm very much into my working out at 31 years young, trying to look good, right? Trying to look sexy. Got my physique and everything, you know, trying to look sexy, right? I'm saying, listen, guys, listen. In a couple of years, I'm gonna retire from motivational speaking. So don't look for me at no more FBLA events, no more national stuff, no more local stuff, no more state conferences, whatever. Don't look for me. I'm gonna become a model. Y'all gonna see me in Walmart on the front of a magazine. It's gonna say motivational speaker turned model. Quentin Whitehead, that's gonna be me. But here's the deal, guys. When I go into the gym now, I don't just go into the gym to work out. I go into the gym to train, right? But when I go in the gym, guys, I try to find the person who's sweating the most. I try to find the person who's working the hardest. I try to find the person who has the most stamina, who's pumping the most iron. Why? Because I said if I want the results that person has, I have to do what he or she is doing or more than what he or she is doing. That's why I said we got to be extreme. In order to go to the next level, guys, we have to be extreme. We have to go further and beyond where the top person is. Does that make sense? Yeah. We got to go further. So my goal here today, guys, is not just to motivate you. It's It's not just to motivate you. I know they call me motivational speaker, but my job is to empower you to action, empower you to move, to activate the winner in you, the dreamer in you, the leader in you, because it's there. But also, I want to give you some information. They say information changes situations, right? They say information is the new money. We all should get some. Let me say that again. They say information is the new money. We all should get some. But here's the deal. I don't just want you to take the information. I want you to take it and do something with it. I want you to apply it. Everybody say apply. Apply. Listen, information without application leads to fascination. However, information with application leads to transformation. It's not how much we know, it's how much we apply of what we know. It's not about obtaining that degree, but it's about obtaining and applying the information that you learn while en route to accomplishing that degree. So I want you to take the information and make it applicable to your everyday life. So I said, well, I want to come up with 4 things, guys, 4 steps, 4 pillars, 4 takeaways that you guys can take right now. Everybody say right now. Right now. Right now, to make applicable to your life right now. What can you do to go from ordinary to extraordinary? I said, so the first thing we got to do, guys, we have to see it. Everybody say see it. See it. If you want to be extreme, we have to start developing vision. What we see in our mind's eye. What we see is what we get, right? We have to start developing a vision. What we see in our minds. Our organizations and our lives will only go as far as our minds will take it. Vision. Seeing it in your mind's eye. My son, he'll be 2 in May. And little waterhead boy. And he's cute though. He's cute. But my little son, he'll be 2 in May. And the other day we was going inside the mall, guys. We was going to JCPenney's. And he loves to run. He's at the stage where he just loves to run, right? But when he runs with his head down. Right? He runs with his head down and he high steps when he runs, right? So he's like this. He's running like that, right? So we're going inside JCPenney's and my son is running fast. I mean like fast, right? He's only 1.5, he's running super fast. So he runs, and so he's running and he runs smack dab into an end cap in JCPenney's. He didn't see it because his head was down. He hit the wall, bam, fell down, hit the back of his head. My wife was all frantic. I went up to him, I said, son, I said, what is wrong with you? You know, daddy's like, dude, like, I love you. I'm not trying to yell at you, but I don't want you taking unnecessary falls, right? So I'm like, son, what's the matter with you, son? You can't run with your head down. What are you doing? You can't run with your head down. You can't see with your head down, right? And I've discovered that some of us are living our lives with our heads down. Listen, our eyes are open, but our eyes aren't open. Listen to me, guys. Our physical eyes are open, but our mental eyes are shut. You got to start opening your eyes. You have to start envisioning what you want for your own life, what you want for your organization. You have to be able to see it in your mind's eye. Listen, whatever we visualize is what we're going to materialize. In other words, we have to see it so that we can see it. So we can see it. Say that again. We have to see it before we can see it so that we can see it. In our mind, we have to see it first. We can't run our organizations or our own lives with our heads down. We got to be able to see what we want to accomplish in life. Does that make sense? Everybody say next point. Next point. Next thing we got to do, we have to crystallize it. It's not just enough to see it. Anybody can see anything, right? You can say, okay, well, I want this, but what do you really want? See, I'm a huge Mercedes-Benz fan, right? And so when I was your age, literally, when I was your age, I would go into the Mercedes-Benz dealership, dead broke, I had no money, but I'm going up in there because I want to see exactly what's available for me. So I started crystallizing. I don't just want any Mercedes-Benz. I don't just want anything that, I mean, if somebody gave it to me, of course I'm going to take it. But I'm just saying, when I go up in there, I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to write one check for my car and I'm leaving off the lot with it. But I know exactly what I want. I know what I want the interior to be. I know what I want the exterior to be. I know how I want the rims to look. I know all of that stuff. If I asked each and every one of you today exactly what you want, would you be able to tell me? Okay, that's good. But listen, most people can't. If you say, okay, what do you want? Many people can't tell you, this is exactly what I want. We have to get to the point where we act as an artist, guys, and we set up our easel and our canvas and start painting the details of our dream. What is it that you really want to accomplish as an individual and as a leader? What is it that you want? Start to crystallize what you see. Start to break out your pen and get your pad and start writing the details to your dream out. Write it out. You got to crystallize this thing, man. You have to know what's available for you and to you. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. Yes. Okay. Third point. How we doing, guys? Come on in. Third thing we got to do, guys, we have to, we got to see it. We have to crystallize it. Third point is we have to engage in ongoing education. Now, when I say education, I'm not talking about your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Okay? When I say education, I'm not talking about traditional education. When I say education, I'm not talking about what you learn in the classroom. When I say education, listen, guys, listen. Before I go any further, let me say this, okay? Your education is extremely important right now. In fact, right now your education is right there at the top when it comes to your priorities. All right? So I want you to do well in class, but here's what I'm saying to you guys. I've learned more in my car than I've ever learned in the classroom. Listen, I'm not talking about traditional education. I'm talking about self. Everybody say self. Self. I'm talking about self-education. It was Jim Rohn that says that traditional education will make us a living, but self-education will make us a fortune. Just to show you guys I'm not a hypocrite, I brought some of my personal library with me. When I say education, I'm talking about getting into books. Listen, if you want to be successful or whatever it is that you want to do, it's in a book somewhere. Whatever you want to do, somebody's already done it and they've documented it. And so if you want to be that, then why not pursue somebody who is that? Developing myself, developing my mind. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Eat That Frog. No, it's not talking about how to dissect and fry frogs. No. But it's simply talking about going after your goals wholeheartedly and not procrastinating. That's what that book is talking about. So he's saying whenever you have a target, whenever you have a goal, just go after it. Don't procrastinate, just go get it. That's what he's saying, right? So if you want to learn about goals, then who are you going to listen to? Somebody who's an expert on goals, right? Next book, John Maxwell. Love this guy. John Maxwell, How Successful People Think. Listen, guys, if you want to be successful, who are you going to listen to? It's in a book somewhere. Listen, guys, listen. I'm not bashing traditional education. I'm just simply saying you're not going to learn this type of content in the classroom. And so all I'm saying is that when I was your age, I didn't have anybody to come in and talk to me about self-education. I didn't learn this stuff until I was in my early 20s. And so all I'm saying is that right now at 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, start getting into these books, man, and say, okay, well, you know what? After I graduate high school, this is where I want to go. Okay, well, let me read this book as well to get me to where I want to go. Does that make sense? Attitude is Everything by Keith Harrell. I've discovered that attitude is a small thing that makes a big difference. Keith Harrell, the good thing about this guy is that he died about 4 years ago, right? And I talk about purpose. I talk about purpose. I talk about being a purposed professional, right? Which is what I'm doing right now. I'm a professional speaker who's also living his purpose. I've discovered that your purpose is something you do for free, but you do it so well, people pay you to do it. You guys hear what I'm telling you? Your purpose is something you do for free. I don't speak for free, man. But because I do it so well, I get paid to do it. You look at basketball players or people who's on television, they love what they do. But they became so good at it that now somebody's paying them to do it. And so this guy right here, he died about 4 years ago. right? But here's my point. A lot of people go to the grave with their songs still in them. Let me go here really quick before I talk about that. See, guys, I don't have a script, okay? I don't, you have speakers who have a script and have things that they, I have points that I talk about, but you have speakers who have like canned presentations. I don't have a canned presentation. I'm speaking to you directly from my heart. I don't have no canned stuff, okay? This book right here is called Robbing the Grave of Its Greatness by Delatoro McNeil. He's also a motivational speaker. Robbing the grave of its greatness. Robbing the grave of its greatness. I'm going to keep saying that till you get it. Robbing the grave of its greatness. The grave is very good at robbing us of our greatness. Many of us go to our grave with our songs still in us. Our purpose still in us. Our passion still in us. The things that we're really called to do still in us. And so he wrote this book. And so my point is this. This guy right here, Keith Farrell, Attitude is Everything, who was an attitude speaker who spoke in the corporate world. He wrote this book. He died 4 years ago. He lived his purpose. And now we're still reading about it. Does that make sense? He lived his purpose and now he left a legacy for us. So his legacy will still live on. He's still impacting lives long after he's gone. Don't let the grave rob you of your own greatness. John Maxwell, How Successful People Lead. You want to be a leader? It's in a book. Russell Simmons, you guys heard of him? Super rich. He's not talking about super rich financially, but he's talking about super rich internally, right? If you pump yourself up on the inside, then whatever happens on the outside doesn't matter. Super rich. Warren Buffett. Even Buffett isn't perfect. I'm a big time investor, guys. I love to invest. I have stocks and shares and investments, whatever. If I want to be a great investor, who am I going to listen to? Les Brown, probably the godfather of motivational speaking. He simply says, live your dreams. This right here is a vocabulary series called Word Master. It's about nine CDs, guys. That it's just full of words, vocabulary, and definitions. I'm trying to enhance my vocabulary, and so when I'm in the car, I just pop in a CD, right? And it's so methodical. It's the word. It's this guy that comes on. The music is very like, oh my, it puts you to sleep. It's just like, okay, can we get some new music? Like really, right? But the music comes on. The guy comes on. Very methodical voice. He gives you the word. He gives you the meaning. He uses it in a sentence, and it goes to the next word. It is so boring, but here's the deal. If I want to enhance my vocabulary, if I want to engage in self-education,